It's a pretty dreary day for soccer, but considering the luck we've had over the past couple Saturdays, really it's about time. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Jamesville-DeWitt Central High School here in DeWitt, New York. Sam Gelfand here bringing you this game between the visiting Oswego Buccaneers and the Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams. The Red Rams looking for a little bit of confidence after a series of losses to Class AA teams. They came up victorious against Christian Brothers Academy last game. Now, as conference play truly begins, this is a bit of a test for them. Hi everybody, Sam Gelfand here, reliable, trustworthy, and the reason you get up in the morning. Oswego Buccaneers have won or lost every single game this season by at least a 3-goal margin. So chances are this game is going to be big. It's going to be a slugfest. The question is, which way is it going to go? But before we get straight into the starting lineups, as I clicked on the wrong button for the graphics, a quick public service announcement from all of us here at Jamesville-DeWitt Athletics. The best precaution you can take against COVID-19 is to stay home whenever possible. We encourage you to keep yourself and our student athletes safe by watching this broadcast remotely. Please let us bring the game to you instead. And now we can take a look at the starting lineup, starting with the Oswego Buccaneers. Coming off the bench for them will be number 3, Frankie Wincheck, number 7, Ryan Bakos, number 9, Colin Dose, number 14, Matt Callan, number 15, Ethan Locastro, number 17, Tyler May, number 18, Marcus Baker, number 21, Clay Kennedy, number 25, Thomas Back, and number 27, Joe DeBlasi. And in the goal tonight for the Oswego Buccaneers is Kyle Familo, the senior number 19 in the first 2 games of the season, as that's all the statistics we have available. He had 17 saves, 58 saves in all of 2019. So now let's go into the starting lineups for your Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams. Number 3, Thomas Sabatino. Number 5, Will Quackenbush. Number 8, Ryan Brazel. Number 9, TJ Tanner. Number 11, Matt Sweeney. Number 13, Max McCall. Number 15, Aiden Scott. Number 19, Sam Bobrick. Number 22, Johnny Kibe, returning after the All-American Lacrosse Showcase. And number 26, Andre Dovchiak. Now let's take a look at who's going to be in the goal for the Red Rams tonight. Great stop by Allen. Cross attempt to Davis. Allen with a stop. There's another attempt, and it's trapped by Allen. Case dismissed. Sam Allen riding a high here tonight in Jamesville-DeWitt. 22 saves this season, 7 goals allowed, and a clean sheet in the team's first game against Auburn. If he holds up, then there's good things coming for the Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams. Now the coaches tonight, starting with Oswego, Mike Patany. Brand new head coach of the Oswego Buccaneers, career 1-3 record. For the last 18 years, he has been the coach of modified soccer. He only took the job in September. Meanwhile, on the Red Rams side, Dan Law just got his 30th win with JD last game against Christian Brothers Academy. He is 143, 117, and 13 in his career. So the question becomes, will the Oswego Buccaneers get the horns of the Rams, or will the Red Rams walk the plank? Only one way to find out, and it's coming up right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Jamesville-DeWitt Central High School here in DeWitt, New York. My name is Sam Gelfand, and I would like to be the first to welcome you to this match between the visiting Oswego Buccaneers present your Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams.
All right, I'll take you later. All right, Amber,
We kindly request that all spectators observe socially distanced seating and keep their masks on, covering both their mouth and their nose at all times. These measures may be inconvenient or uncomfortable, but they must be observed to preserve our season. With this in mind, today's match will be broadcast live on YouTube, free of charge for those unable to attend. We will continue to live stream JD Soccer throughout the season, and we encourage you to watch our contest remotely if possible. The smaller the in-person attendance, the greater chance we have of keeping our student athletes safe. Finally, Section 3 Athletics would like to wish both teams the best of luck in tonight's contest and remind you that the key to good sportsmanship is not to root for any one team to lose, but instead to root for any one team to win. Now let's go straight into the starting lineups, starting with a visiting team, the Oswego Buccaneers, coached by Mike Pattoney. Number 3, Frankie Wincheck. Number 7, Ryan Bakos. Number 9, Colin Dose. Number 14, Matt Khaled. Number 15, Ethan Locastro. Number 17, Tyler May. Number 18, Marcus Baker. Number 21, Clay Kennedy. Number 25, Thomas Beck. Number 27, Joe DeBlasi. And in the goal tonight, number 19, Kyle Familo. Ladies and gentlemen, the visiting Oswego Buccaneers. And now for your Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams, coached by Dan Law. Number 3, Thomas Sabatino. Number 5, Will Quickenbush. Number 8, Ryan Brazil. Number 9, T.J. Tanner.
Hey, guys.
Number 11, Matt Sweeney. Number 13, Max McCall. Number 15, Aiden Scott. Number 19, Sam Bulprick. Number 22, Johnny Coy. Number 26, Andre Dovchiak. And in the goal tonight, number 1, Sam Holland. Ladies and gentlemen, your Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams. Now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please rise and face the flag located next to the scoreboard for the play of tonight's National Anthem. Thank you. This match will be underway momentarily. Thank you. All right, back on the air. The problem with having 6 jobs at once. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Jamesville-DeWitt Central High School here in DeWitt, New York. Sam Gelfand, as the Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams are just about ready to take on the Oswego Buccaneers. Both of these teams about ready to set sail. But before that happens, let's take a quick look at tonight's players on a rampage. Tonight, we're looking at a matchup of 2 phenomenal goalies. For the Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams, number 1, Sam Allen, the sophomore, has a .759 save percentage so far in this season. He's gotten up to 8 in one game. And against Class A teams, those 2 teams being Auburn and Christian Brothers Academy so far this season, he's only allowed 1 goal. And he excels at distribution. Once he converts on a save, he knows exactly who to get it to and how soon he has to. Meanwhile, on the other side of the pitch, Kyle Familo, the senior goalie, he is a team captain for the Oswego Buccaneers. He has 17 saves through the first 2 games of the season, although unfortunately there are only statistics available for Oswego for their first 2 games of the season. Last year had 11 saves in 1 game. That's his high. However, against Class A teams so far this season, he has given up 10 goals. Then again, one of those teams is East Syracuse Manoa. I mean, do they even really count as Class A at this point? So this should be a good one. We are all set to get underway. Red Rams having a quick meeting, and the Buccaneers already at midfield. The Buccaneers with a record of 1-3 coming into this game. The Red Rams have a record of 2-2. However, the Red Rams are 1-0 in conference play. This is a conference matchup, whereas the Buccaneers are 1-2 in conference. Their only non-conference game came against Liverpool on the 14th. They lost that game 5-1. And now we are underway here in DeWitt. Buccaneers get the ball first, and it is immediately taken away by the Red Rams, at least attempted to, courtesy of Will Quackenbush. So now the Buccaneers steer around to the other wing. And the Red Rams already attempting to go on the attack. Sam Bobrick battling for the ball. Poked out to Quackenbush. The pass is errant and picked up by Ethan Locastro, the junior forward. Now it's Clay Kennedy who sends it down the pitch, and Sam Allen will make his first stop of the night. And there he goes, as we mentioned, feeding the ball. He is so good at distributing it. Although the opportunity was not necessarily converted upon by the Red Rams as it goes over the touchline, and it will be a throw-in for the Buccaneers. Competing headers, and it goes all the way to Sam Bobrick. little bit of razzle-dazzle on the ball dribbling there from number 14, Matt Callan. But the Red Rams now in possession. And it's offside. You know, the Red Rams only had one offside all game last time against Christian Brothers Academy, as we take another look at that. Very clearly too far in front of the defenders there. Also, how about those upgraded graphics, huh? Aren't I great? I spent 7 hours last night putting those together. Yes, congratulations to me. Anyway, congratulations to the Red Rams for, well, I was going to say getting that ball back, but then they lost it. That's the nature of soccer, though. It's Thomas back, trying to shake his opposite number, and instead passes it right to the Red Rams. The Red Rams' strategy, for the most part, seems to be get the ball to Bobrick. He is their top-scoring threat right now. Double, triple teamed and tripped. And there's a save by Kyle Familo. Probably the first of many tonight. As we see it again, a good shot on goal, but not enough to score. Now here's a pass to Sabatino. An attempted cross is cut down by the Bucs. Sabatino gets it back. Sabatino down the wing, fighting off back, and it goes out of bounds. Sorry, that's Kennedy, not back. I've never seen these guys before in my life. Can you blame me? We've seen just over 3 minutes of soccer so far, and it has been action-packed. Here comes the corner kick from the Red Rams. Cross attempt batted away. Now it's Kaib. And it will not be fed to Tanner, taken away. And there's a big clearance by the Bucs. You know, the Buccaneers' record at 1-2 and 4-12 last year, not exactly stellar. But with a clearance like that, it proves that they are able to hang with the best of them. The Red Rams last year certainly were the best of them. Record of 14-6-1, won regionals. That's another offside. There's a free kick from Oswego. Quackenbush sends it down the touchline. And Brazil able to get there in time. Sabatino to Brazil. Cross attempt, header is errant. Oh, I didn't actually capture that replay. Never mind, I hit the wrong button. This is what happens when you're a one-man, play-by-play man, director, technical director, producer, PA announcer. The Red Rams so far this season, though, have also seemed to be able to do it all, except for the most part, except for scoring. Sam Bobrick currently leads the team with goals with 2, as it's pushed over the touchline by Clay Kennedy. However, the Red Rams have faced some extremely tough opponents in the early goings of this season, as Tanner can't hold on to it. The Buccaneers not able to make much forward progress so far, as Brazil gets away from his man. And that's textbook defense there as we take another look at it. Brazil had a little chip shot, except for Frankie Wincheck, who played spoiler to those plans. Corner kick coming in for the Red Rams. Right at the net, and Bobrick had such an opportunity. So now Kaib will attempt to reset and recombobulate on behalf of the Red Rams. Battling as Max McCall comes up victorious using his strength. That shot was a little more desperation than anything. Let's take one more look at that attempted goal by Bobrick off the cross. Oh, be still my beating disappointment. It's a cool little overhead kick by Tyler May, but it does not have the accuracy necessary. So Thomas Beck will throw it in for the Bucks. It seems the throw-in's a little too short. Playing small ball at midfield are both teams right now, and the attempted long pass is cut off. Oswego hasn't been successful at the long pass so far because they haven't really been successful at any passing so far. It's been all Red Rams when you look at the time of possession. Now here's Sabatino on the breakaway. He's got to slow it down. He's cornered, pokes it out to Brazil. There's a cross, the header, and just wide right. You could feel the gasps of exasperation and disappointment from the crowd, as that was just a foot or two off the mark. It is cold, wet, and rainy out here in the Syracuse suburb as Bobrick was way off target. So it's another goalie kick for Kyle Famelo. If early goings are any indication, has a lot of work cut out for him. Tanner kicks it back past midfield. Kaib sends it to Sabatino, and it's taken away. But Kennedy can't get a fast break going. No breakaways for you. At least not if Will Quackenbush has anything to say about it. Quack sends it to Brazil on the attack. Now it's Tanner. Cornered by Callan. To Quackenbush. Now it's Brazil. And a save by Famelo. So many shots on goal already as Famelo fires a fastball down the middle past any of his own players, and Kaib sends it right back to the Oswego side of the pitch. Now it's Kennedy. Look at that razzle-dazzle. Off to the races, and Kaib playing defense. All he can do is steer it out of bounds, but it prevented a possible scoring attack, as we see right here. I did not mean to hit the replay again, but I guess we can watch it one more time. That's fine. Another opportunity taken away from Bobrick. He'll make an opportunity for Brazil. Tries to send it to Tanner, and Famelo comes way out of the goal. Didn't really have much of a choice. It's a risky strategy, but it paid off there. The Buccaneers playing in an interesting formation. They have 3 forwards out, but so far they are yet to really be able to do much with them. Now it's Brazel. Another save by Familo. Colin Dose will send it to the other side of the pitch. Now Matt Callan has it taken away. Here comes the cavalry. It's Tyler May. Seems to stand at least a head taller than everyone else on the pitch. Wonder if they've tapped him for basketball. Actually, no, he's not on the basketball team, at least not this year. Or last year, I should say. De Blasi tries to send it to Callan, but it's poked away, and there's another clearance by the Red Rams. A pretty blatant push, and nothing called by the referee. Seems to be all right with it as Quackenbush tries to send it to Bobrick. Sliding stop. Bobrick still going to come up with it. He sends it now over to the other side of the wing. It's Sabatino. No, excuse me, McCall. Didn't see the 1 before the 3. Just under 27 minutes left in the first half of this game. Substitutions are coming onto the field. And they seem to be very necessary. There's been a lot of running so far in this game, probably more so than most games, even though soccer is like 70% running. Another cross deflected and another clearance by the Buccaneers, who've been playing adept defense. Red Rams give it away. The last time these two teams played was October 7th, 2019. The Red Rams won 4-0, courtesy of a goal by Dovciak, excuse me. There's another save, almost came out of Familo's grip. The Red Rams won 4-0 on a goal by Dovciak and an assist by Quackenbush. So the Red Rams have beaten the Buccaneers before. They still have the tools that they used to do so, and they are poised to do it again. And if you look at the time of possession so far today, it seems more likely than anything. Corner kick in. Header doesn't have the distance. Poked away. Long pass. Dovciak doesn't want anything to do with that. Now it's Kennedy on the wing. Oswego resorting to long passes now. Just trying to make forward progress before it is inevitably taken away. That ball is still in play. Jake Moan racing down. Now Hajari, Mohamed Hajari, with the pass, gets past the defender. Brazel wide open, and the shot goes wide. You can only sympathize with Ryan Brazel. He had a very good chance at a shot on goal there. But he got ahead of himself. He got excited. He knew what kind of chance he had, and, well, he put a little too much behind it. That's what happens when you get excited. It's what separates those who play in high school from those who go on to play in college, is that ability to be able to temper your excitement and keep a cool, level head. Jake Moan now. Chips to Tanner, who gives it to number 15, Aiden Scott. The Red Rams look like they feel they should have scored by now. It's almost as if they know they should have scored by now, and they're just starting to get, I don't want to say desperate, but they're taking shots on goal they may not have otherwise. Now here's Thomas Sabatino with a cross attempt. Toss up by the goal. Can they finish? Yes, they can! 1-0, the Red Rams go up. It was just a matter of time. Let's take another look at it. There was a kerfuffle near the goal, poked away by Jake Moan. And then there for the finish was number 9, TJ Tanner, with his first goal of his career.
That's it, Chris. That's it. Beautiful, Chris.
Jake Moan scored his first career goal in his last game, and now he has his first career assist in this one. So between Saturday and now Tuesday today, Jake Moan has been having himself a week. And of course, TJ Tanner, that is his first career goal, so congratulations to the sophomore number 9. There are 22 and a half minutes remaining in the first half. Now Brazil has his pass intercepted. The Buccaneers attempting to go on a breakaway. And Dovciak took it away. Long clearance. Fly ball still controlled by the Red Rams. The rain seems to have mostly stopped by now, which will certainly aid conditions out on the pitch. Although it is artificial turf, so it is less, well, I wouldn't say less affected than natural grass, just in a different way. You know, it's plasticky, it gets slippery, but the rubber pellets do make it a little less so. However, it does not get muddy like natural grass does. Good hustle by number 23, Lucas Bort. Though he cannot prevent it from going over the touchline. 21 minutes left in the first half. Don't forget that at the first natural stoppage of play, after the 20-minute mark, we will have a 2-minute mask break for players on these two teams to catch their breath a little bit after playing with masks on, as is mandated by the NYSPHSAA. Johnny Kibe sends it down the opposite way. A little bit of a jersey pull and opportunity for Max McCall. Nice little move. And the Red Rams can't really do anything but watch it go into Familo's waiting hands. But now here's another opportunity. Take that back. Colin Dose got to it. He got to it before I did. Tanner pokes it. Bobrick racing for it. Bobrick gives it to Sabatino. Long goal attempt. It's going to go left. Little collision is, I don't know if you could call that a cross or a shot on goal. Perhaps would have been a shot on goal if it did not have so much hook to the left. More aggressive play coming at midfield. The Red Rams really adopted an aggressive streak after those 2 games against Class AA teams, Baldwinsville and Fayetteville Manlius respectively. They realized that in order to hang with those teams, they really had to step up the aggression. And they have ever since then. Looks like a free kick is coming, although the mask break should be coming first. Free kick arrives and is taken away by Thomas Back. Plundered, if you will. And that's a little too aggressive for the referee's liking. And it is now time for the 2-minute mask break. So once again, these teams get to socially distance and catch their breath. It is hard to play with a mask on, but it is much harder to play with damaged lungs, as would happen with COVID-19. So while we have this moment, let's take a look at how these two teams are doing this season. The Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams 2-2, the Oswego Buccaneers 1-3. However, the Red Rams are doing better at home than the Buccaneers are doing on the road. 1-1 record for JD, 0-2 for Oswego. They have actually scored the same number of goals. So far in this season, both have 6 apiece. However, the difference comes in the goal difference. The Red Rams have allowed 7 goals, and that's why they are 2-2, allowing more than any to Fayetteville Manlius. They lost that game 4-0. However, the Buccaneers have allowed 15 goals over 4 games. They lost to Central Square 3-0, won 5-1 against Cortland, lost 5-1 to Liverpool, and then lost 6-0 to East Syracuse Manoa. That was on the 16th. Today is the 20th. And the mask break is about to expire. And here we go. Play is underway once again. 18:35 on the clock and counting down. Night has fallen here in DeWitt, and the rain is falling no more. But the Red Rams hoping for a cascade of points as this game continues. Once again, the Oswego Buccaneers have won or lost every game this season by at least a 3-goal margin. So we're anticipating a slugfest here tonight. Nice hop by Aiden Scott. Can the Red Rams get to it? Yes, they can. What a save by Kyle Famelo. Play and punch out in front of the goal. As Muhammad Hajari tripped getting to that. I want to take another look at that stop. There's the cross attempt. Famelo playing right there, got one paw on it. Now long passing to Kennedy. Dovciak gets to it before he can. Dovciak has been playing much more defensively in this game than he did against CBA, where he was certainly a little more offensively minded. Then again, he doesn't really have to be offensively minded right now, as the Red Rams already have a 1-0 lead with under 17 minutes left in the first half. If Oswego starts to tie it up, then maybe he'll shift a little closer to midfield. But right now, he's fully comfortable with hanging back. Here's a goalie kick from Sam Allen. Was that the kick? Now, that can't have counted as the kick. That was the weakest. That would have been the weakest kick I've ever seen. That would have been me in 3rd grade playing kickball. There it is proper. Gets all the way past midfield. Turns into a very long pass to Muhammad Hajari. And it's snatched up by Famelo. That could have been very dangerous. 16 minutes. Will Quackenbush now. Thinking about beating his man. Instead, could have been a big pass to Brazil, but he whiffed. Pass to Hajari, intercepted by Tyler May. Now sent down to the opposite side of the pitch and sent right back. There's some volleyball going on the pitch right now. Poked over to Bobrick, who tripped. Perhaps the slippery conditions coming into play. Long shot on goal is wide left. So it'll be a goalie kick coming up for Kyle Familo. Although Familo seems content to give the goalie kick away to someone else. Against Christian Brothers Academy, the Red Rams seemed to make more forward progress off of headers than they did from actual kicks, and it worked well that time, but they're making plenty of progress through kicking today as Will Quackenbush has it taken away. That was Joe DeBlasi playing quality defense. DeBlasi actually plays 3 sports. He plays hockey and junior varsity lacrosse for Oswego, and in all 3 sports he plays defense. So it's certainly somewhere he's comfortable. What defense! Wow! That was incredible. Brilliant even. That cross had Red Rams written all over it, except for Frankie Wincheck. I want to see that one more time. If you're a defender, take note. Excellent teamwork between him and Familo as well. Sabatino now with the cross and the goal! Number 13, Max McCall, with his 2nd goal of the season. And credit the assist to Sabatino. Max McCall waiting by the goal. He knew exactly what to do and what was coming. Excellent foresight, makes it 2-0. Thomas Sabatino been playing in a more of a forward role, although he is listed as a defender on the roster. And he did not have any statistics listed last year, so that may have been his first career assist. There's lots of firsts coming in these games. Long shot on goal, taken away by Familo. Red Rams keeping this press. Well, they're trying to keep it going, although it goes out. Ryan Brazel there. You know, I said at the top of this contest that it could be a goalie battle, and the success of the Red Rams depends on the success of Sam Allen. But Allen's pretty much been lounging in the goal this game. He hasn't been needed. Oh, that could have been a point-blank goal, but it misfired. In these rainy conditions, the powder just too wet. Considered a little too aggressive for the referees liking that foul on Max McCall. It goes over the touchline. Bobrick hoping for his first scoring opportunity of the day. But he's forced to send it backwards. Long past him, center of the pitch. Now Sabatino. Rears for the cross. A big save, but he can't save that one. It's 3-0. Will Quackenbush. So Max McCall then with an assist today to go with his goal. We'll take one more look at it. Yeah, that goes to McCall. And now they're back on the on the offense. McCall with a goal and an assist. There's 10 minutes 45 left in the first half as the Red Rams are hoping to run away with this one. You know what I think's telling is the third goal was scored, we got a drop in viewership. Brazil with the attempted pass, and Familo will scoop it up. Familo's career high is 11 saves in a game. That came on September 24th, 2019 against Cortland. He may end up pushing that tonight. Aiden Scott pushes it forward. Sent to midfield to Brazil. Now Bobrick. Receives the referee's ire. That's code for I don't know why he blew the whistle. But it'll be a free kick for Oswego. The Red Rams in their incredibly aggressive attack tonight, they've been salivating for chances at the goal, have pushed the ball offside a couple of times. But Oswego hasn't been able to take advantage of those free kicks. Big shot on goal attempt from Will Quackenbush. He wanted his second of the day. Instead, he splits the uprights. We take another look at that. Quackenbush saw an opportunity. Instead, he rocks the crossbar. That's that song by The Clash, right? Okay, a couple people in front of me laughed. I think they heard me and it just took them a moment to get it. It's Rock the Casbah. I know my post-punk. Anyway, Sabatino has the ball poked away from him. 7 minutes 40 on the clock. Substitutions coming on. It's Reynaldo Colon and Lucas Bort. Sabatino will come off. Good coaching from Dan Law. Comfortable 3-0 lead. Might as well give some of the players who don't get as much experience some experience. So it goes from a Red Rams corner kick to a throw-in for Oswego. pass attempt from Aiden Scott is a little off the mark. Headers now before it is taken away. Kennedy's deflected by Barbuto. Chris Barbuto got a chance to start last game as Johnny Kai was at the Under Armour lacrosse showcase, which is as good of a reason to miss a game as any. Kai, of course, a commit to Yale University on a lacrosse scholarship. Clear by Allen. Good close defense by Barbuto. Though it's ruled an Oswego ball. De Blasi will throw it in. There is certainly a chill in the air right now. Temperatures are expected to dip below 50 degrees right now. So Austin Szymborski tries to push it down, and TJ Tanner had none of that. Poked away by Scott. And Barbuto takes it away. Kennedy, though, gives it to Locastro. Marcus Baker can't have anything doing. Red Rams playing on defense for what feels like the first time this game. Locastro has it taken away. Now it's Scott with a big clearance. Forward progress. This could be dangerous. Here comes TJ Tanner running for his life. And Joe de Blasi with a big stop. Look at Ryan Brazel. Came out of the gate like a gazelle. Little less graceful, but that's okay. You know, whatever gets the job done. Corner kick is well defended by the Bucks. Now Barbuto pushes to Brazel. Back to Barbuto. Back to Brazel. Brazel with a cross. Poked away. You know, it's not that Oswego's defense hasn't been good. It's just that the Red Rams' attack has been better. Much better. Which speaks both to the defense of Oswego and the attack of the Red Rams. Their strikers have been on fire today. As Hajari is able to fake out Cody Vickery, does it again. And another stop by Familo. 3.5 minutes remaining in the first half. You know, we thank you very much for joining us here live on YouTube for this special 6 p.m. start time. Be sure to join us all season long. All the home games for the boys and girls teams for Jamesville-DeWitt will be broadcast live. Originally wasn't supposed to be there for the home game against East Syracuse Manoa, but I'm trying to rearrange my schedule, seeing how important that's going to be. Something of a line change coming now is there's 3 substitutions for the Red Rams. Bobrick will come off. Really, if there's a shock in this first half, that Sam Bobrick did not score. Red Rams remaining aggressive, 2.5 minutes. Tyler May. Sent it to Bakos, but it's taken away. Quick throw in. The Bucks would love to get something happening before the first half expires, as it will in 2 minutes. It's a throw in now. Bakos double teamed. He is able to escape Gavin Deneen and Lucas Bort. as there's a talking to from the referee. Here's Sam Allen with the goalie kick. Crosses midfield, and it heads to Anthony Bertone, who can't keep it in bounds. And it goes right back out of play, which is excusable considering there's only 1 minute left in the first half, and any time killed by the Red Rams prevents a possible Buccaneers goal. That's the formula in soccer. Time equals goals. Unless the game ends in a 0-0 tie, then it doesn't. But usually, as long as there's more time that you could possibly score in. Throw into the Red Rams. And another one coming. "20 seconds remain in the first half. "10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No one's going to be able to score off that cross, and that is the end of the first half. The Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams threatening to leave the Oswego Buccaneers shipwrecked as they take the early 3-0 lead at the end of the first half. They've been on a roll. Will they be able to continue it? In the second half, only one way to find out. Sam Gelfand here for Jamesville-DeWitt Athletics. Thank you very much for joining us here live on YouTube. We will be right back in 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Jamesville-DeWitt Central High School here in DeWitt, New York. Sam Gelfand here for Jamesville-DeWitt Athletics as we are now in the second half of this contest, as that should be in lowercase, still have caps lock on. Between the Oswego Buccaneers and the Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams, right now the Red Rams threatening to leave Oswego shipwrecked. They have taken a 3-0 lead. All of them coming in the second half of the first half. It took a little while for their wheels to get going, but once they did, well, full sail ahead. Am I going to run out of pirate puns tonight? I don't think so, and I'm going to keep trying. If I do, then that's going to be impressive, because I'll have hit like at least a good dozen of them. And so far, the story of the day has been, where has the ball been going? In the Red Rams' case, they've been using the wings to create space up the middle of the pitch. Being able to successfully pull defenders apart and create holes they've been able to capitalize on up the middle. Meanwhile, the Oswego Buccaneers, despite having 3 forwards, well, they've been following the Pirate Code, every man for themselves. They've just been attempting to push the ball as far forward as they can in their own desperation, but haven't actually been able to make any forward progress because in throwing Hail Marys, it's just going right into the waiting arms of defenders. Meanwhile, when they finally get breakaways, they're not looking for holes. Instead, they're just looking to use ball handling to get around their men. But it hasn't been working so far. The Red Rams very adept at ball handling and even more adept at defense. And henceforth, the Red Rams, I would say, have been on offense probably a good 80% of this game, as there's another save from Kyle Familo, who is on track for a career high tonight. And after that literal 2-minute monologue, I finally finished everything I wanted to say that I would have if they hadn't restarted play so quickly. So now we get laid back, cynical me again. Scoring opportunity for the Red Rams and good defense. The Buccaneers, of course, have been playing good defense all game. They just haven't been able to turn defense into offense. There's been no greater example of how to do that so far than Johnny Kibe. Doing an excellent job in the backfield. Of course, he is a all-Central New York first-team selection. Great punch-out by Kyle Familo. No soup for you. But he got an extra serving there. Number 22, Johnny Kibe. Speak of the devil, there he is. An excellent save, but a better conversion by Johnny Kibe. His first goal of the season, it is 4-0. If you're the Oswego Buccaneers, this might be about time to abandon ship. Instead, they're going all hands on deck. But it's poked away by Sabatino. And Quackenbush can't get to it before it goes out. As we mentioned at the beginning of the game, every game so far, the Oswego Buccaneers have won or lost by at least 3 goals, and they are currently down 4-0. So it looks like the trend's going to continue. Red Rams just swarming. And there's a clearance. Once again, you could see the Buccaneers using ball handling as a primary offensive strategy rather than looking for holes. It's very hard to keep a breakaway going when you slow down. It's kind of the opposite of a breakaway. And I'm so frustrated by this that I'm actually talking with my hands more than I ever have in my life. But then again, you see things up in the booth that you don't see on the pitch. And perhaps that's the reason for the deficit so far, as there's a big cross. That looked like that could have been a call, but the referee decided to keep the whistle in his pocket. Pass intercepted by Marcus Baker. And now long passes once again coming into play from the Buccaneers. Will Quackenbush takes it away and sends it out. Five minutes have elapsed in the second half. And with a 4-0 deficit, I feel comfortable saying 5 minutes have elapsed for the rest of the game. It's a much prettier night now than it was in the daytime, although that probably has something to do with not being able to see the clouds. It is gray and overcast, although right now more black and overcast. It's night. But it's supposed to keep raining for the rest of the week, except for Friday when we're back with the girls' game. Another clearance from JD. Oswego attempting a slightly different strategy on offense this time. They're doing a better job at high pressing, but they still have the impenetrable JD defense to deal with. Now it's Max McCall, cornered along the wing. Taken away. And it looks like there was a little bit of physicality. Max McCall already has a goal and an assist to his name tonight. You know, McCall also plays baseball. He's a second baseman and an outfielder, and I think that's pretty much the soccer cycle. Just brilliant! What field vision by Aiden Scott. Take another look. Able to thread the needle and push it right past the crossbar. It is 5-0. But at this point, it's not about who's winning. It's about how many goals are JD going to score. And the answer is at least 5 right now. One more time, just incredible work by Aiden Scott. That one's going on the highlight reels for the rest of the year. And we got a line change. Subs are coming on. That's Mohamed Hajari you see on your screen. This year there's unlimited re-entry for substitutes. Many of the NYSPHSAA rules have been changed due to the ongoing pandemic. Good header for defense. Scott tried for a second miracle there, but it wasn't happening. That's why it's a miracle. It only happens once. Johnny Kibe sends it back to the other side of the pitch. Barbudo now. And Sabatino off to the races. It's over the touchline. And speaking of changes due to the pandemic, I want to take a quick moment to talk about some of the new safety guidelines being observed this year. Of course, all players have to wear masks. Social distancing is required for people in attendance. As here might be a chance to score, so we'll get to that in a moment. Jake Moan couldn't get to it. Anyway, as I was saying, after a goal, no hugs, high fives, or handshakes are allowed. The benches have been extended to accommodate social distancing, and referees have to stay 10 feet away from the action at all times if they can help it. Meanwhile, in the stands, attendance is limited to 50% capacity, and all players get 2 passes to give to friends and family. No one else is allowed into the stadium unless you have a pass. High-risk sports such as football have been moved to March, and there will be no playoffs to minimize travel. And as you saw on the camera, I am wearing a mask right now. Haven't taken it off. Nothing happens off the corner kick. Then again, plenty of has already happened in this game. With 31 minutes left, it's 5-0. So the Red Rams in one game have nearly doubled their number of goals this season. They had 6 coming into this game, and they've scored 5 tonight. Here's a corner kick. Nope. Here's another corner kick. Header goes awry. 2 chances, but nothing doing for the Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams. At least not in the past couple minutes. They've had plenty doing so far today. TJ Tanner, Will Quackenbush, Aiden Scott, Max McCall, and Johnny Kibe have all scored. Jake Moan, Thomas Sabatino, and Max McCall all have assists. Another corner coming for the Red Rams. Third time's the charm. Well, Jake Moan took a shot. It went right off someone's arm. Poked away, cleared by the Buccaneers, specifically Ryan Bakos. Oswego seemed to have adopted the Oregon Ducks O as a secondary logo. And Bakos now having a talking to with the referee. Referee is real sassy. Not that you want to talk back to a referee anyway. TJ Tanner can't get the shot off. Jake Moan falls down, and it's taken away by Cooper Fitzgerald. But the Red Rams get it right back. Aiden Scott pokes it to Chris Barbuto. Back to Scott now. Off the face and over the touchline. Joe DeBlasi headstrong. Now Kyle Familo with the goal kick, and it's a punt. High and wide. Would have been a decent punt if it was football. You know, as some substitutions come on, you almost have to wonder if the Buccaneers have their mind elsewhere, because out of the 20 players on the Oswego Buccaneers roster, 12 of them are multi-sport athletes. 6 of them play 2 sports, 5 of them play 3 sports. 1 of them is a 4-sport athlete. How does he have time to sleep? And they're going to have to do it again. Here's a breakdown of those sports, by the way, using emojis. All of them play soccer, of course, but a lot of them play hockey, basketball, tennis, lacrosse, some baseball players as well. There's a lot going on at Oswego High School, it seems. Of course, going on right now, Oswego is renovating their football and soccer stadium. So they're currently playing at a local elementary school until that's built. And interestingly enough, as Thomas Allport couldn't keep that in bounds. Interestingly enough, the Buccaneers are not allowing fans at their home games. And the superintendent of Oswego schools actually says that having no fans in attendance, contrary to what you might think, saves the school district $10,000 on all the temperature checks and testing and social distancing and enforcement signs, etc., etc. it actually saves them money to not have people there despite the loss of revenue that comes from not having any tickets. You know, that's something to consider. Is there's a save by Allen. Just wanted to say that a little more excitedly because not getting to say it much tonight. 26 minutes remain. There it is again. Now the Red Rams once again on the breakaway. Jake Moan is fought off by Wincheck. Nope, Moan gets it back. Errant pass to Allport. Now Barbuto will take a shot himself, but it's considered an offside pass to Mohamed Hajari. He doesn't get it either. You know, I've seen better calls. I need to get my glasses checked, and I've seen better calls. To me, I will say, it certainly looked like a shot on goal and not a pass. But the referees are working hard out there. And so is Ryan Brazel. What a shot on goal. But a good stop by Familo puts the kibosh on that. We'll take another look at that shot. Broke away from his man, and he put a laser beam towards the goal, but not far enough. 2 substitutions for the Buccaneers. It's Matt Callan and Tyler May. Under 25 minutes to play in the game as the Red Rams are, as you can see, up 5-0. So far, the Red Rams pillaging and plundering. Usually the job of the Buccaneers, but only in name. And every attempt at forward progress for the Buccaneers has been foiled. They've been looking for long passes, but they're looking for forward progress at the cost of, well, actually getting shots on goal. They just want to get it forward, and they'll figure out what happens later, but they're not actually plotting their course. There's no treasure map. If I had a producer, I'd have him put a pirate pun counter on the screen right now. But yes, the Oswego Buccaneers, they know that X marks the spot, but they just don't know how to get there. There's good defense coming from Reynaldo Colon. That went off the chest of Hajari. Was that English? It was pirate, that's right. That's good. Zach McBennett, everybody. So throw-in's coming. It'll be thrown in by Colin Dose. Throw in more of some slow pitch softball and taken back right away by the Red Rams, but poked out. So we'll get to do it again. Ryan Brazel, despite not having scored yet or even assisted on a score as there's more substitutions, Brazel really has been instrumental in the Red Rams' attack so far today. He's had a lot to do with getting the ball to open men. An excellent passer and certainly a team player. And speaking of team players, Jake Moan will give it to Brazel eventually. Allport, the striker, will not get to it. It's cleared by Familo. Throw in by Quackenbush. It's Moan. Intercepted by Brazel and then taken away. But some nice hustle coming from Gavin Deneen. Jake Moan attempted for a cross, but it went out. You know, there's something to etiquette when it comes to a 5-0 game. There's 20 minutes left, or 21 minutes left in this case. I shouldn't round so far. Although you could, there's something to be said about not running up the score. Yes, every goal counts, but when you're already winning 5-0, you know, sometimes it's time to shut it down. And it looks like the Red Rams may be doing some of that right now. They'll take a shot if they get it. If there's an opportunity coming their way, they'll take it. But they're not pushing for it quite as hard as they would be in a normal scenario. It's the sportsman thing to do. You know, that may be more relevant in a game like baseball, where runs aren't quite as hard to come by as goals, but it certainly counts here as well. You know, it's like football. After a while, if you've got a big lead in the fourth quarter, then you're just doing a lot of runs. You don't want to run up the score. And so the Red Rams will likely attempt to keep the clock running tonight. It's really interesting to see Sam Bobrick playing midfield right now. That actually may be a defender. But he's playing on the back half of the pitch. That's not something we're used to seeing him. Now it's Jake Moan. Moan perhaps plays harder than anyone else on this Red Rams squad. He does what I do when I'm playing FIFA. He just runs at whoever has the ball and then just takes off at full sprint as soon as he has it. And Allport hopes for an opportunity. Kicks it out, wide open net. Errant shot. Oh, you have to feel for Gavin Deneen. Wide open. He got excited. Kicked with the left foot. "19 minutes remain in this contest. Is it me, or has the referee just been giving a lot of talking tos to people? It's time for the 2-minute mask break. Was that Sam Allen trying to take a shot on goal? Either way, we've got more games coming up for you here on YouTube, and we hope that you'll join us for them. Coming up on the 23rd, the girls will play East Syracuse Manoa at 7 o'clock. Then on the 27th at 7 o'clock, the boys will be right back here playing Central Square. On the 29th, at once again a special 6 p.m. start time, the girls will take on Oswego. On Halloween at 2 p.m., the girls will play Liverpool in the Red Rams' final Class AA opponent of the year. That should be a fun one. We'll see what I'm dressed up as. I'm still not sure yet, considering all possibilities. And then on November 4th, the day after Election Day, the boys will play East Syracuse Manoa. That'll be at 7 p.m. live here on most likely YouTube. We'll see if we can get the Twitch TV channel working yet. But of course, it is all subject to health-related delays and cancellations. Hopefully we won't see any. We did see one game postponed, the one against Cortland on the 14th. Hopefully, it should be smooth sailing from here on out. Not smooth sailing for the Buccaneers, though. Choppiest waters I've ever seen. It's 5-0. They're, well, frankly, they're getting keel-hauled out there. There are some real hardcore Pirates fans who know what that means. It was a punishment that the Pirates did. They'd tie someone to the side of the ship, and then they'd let them hang off the ship as the ship continued to sail. It was real barbaric, real nasty. Header attempt from Bertone. Nothing comes of it. Clock. Start it. Well, the Red Rams have earned themselves an extra 15 seconds or so.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah, no one's keeping track. It's not going to decide the fate of this game, let's be honest.
Unless JD pulls a top enough to solve it.
Unless somehow the Buccaneers come back and score 5 goals in 18 and a half minutes, which never say never, but I'm tempted to say never. Jake Moan. Good shot on goal, but not good enough. Kyle Familo there. Familo easily in double-digit saves tonight. The most saves I've seen this season so far came when JD played Faithful Manlius. The girls' team, Lauren Parker, had 17. And Kyle Familo may be close to matching that right now. Jake Moan continuing to play aggressive defense. He gets tripped up. Ref doesn't call it. Header, and Barbuda will try to scoot it to Josh Aitken. So as there's a little bit of a tie-up at midfield, how are you doing? We've been talking enough about the game. How about you guys at home? How you doing? Hopefully you're enjoying yourselves. Hopefully it's a nice, pleasant Tuesday evening. Maybe a little bit too nippy to be pleasant here in DeWitt. It's quite cold outside, at least to my Florida blood, but a very pleasant good evening, everybody. You know, this referee here, he has something to say every time he blows the whistle. He's not content to just doing the hand signals. He's got to explain it. I suppose it's harder to talk back when the rationale is clearly spelled out. Didn't do a good job at mentally spilling that one. Guess what? Another stop by Familo. Hey, is that someone leaving? Why are you leaving? There's still 15 and a half minutes left. Some pickup truck just decided to up and leave. Unbelievable. Here's a possible fast break, and nope, taken away by Thomas Sabatino. You know, the fans in attendance here are still socially distanced. The Oswego Buccaneers socially distanced from scoring. Oh, come on, that was a good one. Throw in for the Bucks. You know, I think it's safe to start talking about what a win would do for the confidence of Jamesville-DeWitt, who started the season 1-2, then had their 4th game postponed, and if they take this one, it'll be a 2-game winning streak, just as they start conference play. Certainly has to be filling them with good spirits. And that could have is a very nice shot by Gavin Deneen, but just a little bit too high. A lot of sizzle, no steak on that shot, though. Speaking of, what are you doing for dinner out there, everybody? You had Chipotle. Zach had Chipotle. I'm actually planning to hopefully have some steak later tonight. Treat myself. Tuesday night steak night. If you're watching at home right now, please leave it. Tell us in the comments section, what are you having for dinner? I want to hear what you're eating right now. Well, first of all, Andrew Bort says, Sam Gelfand for president. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, I'm not 35, but when I am, I'll probably be running. Although, you know, the president, depending on your interpretation of the Constitution, doesn't really have all that much executive authority. I think if I ran for Senate, I'd be able to get more done. So Sam Gelfand for Senate. How about that? We could talk about the interpretations of constitutional authority. I have completed a minor in political science with a focus in political philosophy, but that's not why we're here right now. But if this game continues to get more and more out of reach, I'd love to tell you all about Thomas Hobbes and his theory of the rule of nature. The state of nature, excuse me. Rules of nature was that it was a song. Anyway, it's still 5-0. Johnny Cobb with the clearance. The Bucs have had more chances to capitalize on offense, both due to a relaxing of defense by the Red Rams and a stronger counterattack by the Buccaneers in the second half, but they're still yet to convert on that. They're still playing a little too selfishly. They're not capitalizing on the counterattack like they could. You know, if you note the Red Rams play, not only in this game, but through all the games, as there's a nice stop by Coach Dan Law. If you note their play, when they get to the goal, it's not every man for himself. It's whoever is closest gets the ball. They're passing it around. They're trying to find holes. They're trying to find opportunities. The Buccaneers, as soon as they get onto the opposite half of the pitch, are just thinking, all right, how far can I take this? And if they can't, it's long passes, which gives an increased opportunity for that pass to be taken away. Scoring chance. But instead, it's Joshua Chun. Here's a pass to Hajari on the wing. There be something going here? No. Swing and a miss by Anthony Bertone. Bertone, a forward this year, but a converted defender, so he does not have any career statistics. You know, we'd like to get his first goal of his career in tonight's game as well. Last game against Christian Brothers Academy, it was the first career goal for Jake Moan and the first career assist for Ryan Brazel. Tonight we have career firsts from Thomas Sabatino, TJ Tanner, and yeah, I think that's it. So that's 2 career firsts per game for the past 2 games. That's pretty good. Don't let your eyes deceive you. That hit the net behind the net, not the net itself. It cleared the net and then hit the other net. There's less than 10 minutes remaining in this game. Well, I think technically it's match. I think it's 10 minutes left in this match. Either or, they're kind of interchangeable at this point. Here's a goalie kick from Sam Allen, who isn't exactly pushing his save numbers up tonight, but you know, there are some times where you're okay with your stats not going up. If he doesn't have to make any saves, then it's not the worst thing in the world. Hey, here's a breakaway for the Red Rams. McCall pushes it down. Could it be a cross? Here's Hajari in the corner. And the Buccaneers have a chance to make this 2-0 game. 2 minutes remaining in this 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 game. 2 min And he can't get to it before it rolls over the line. 9 minutes remain. In this game, the Oswego Buccaneers timbers have been shivered. Thoroughly and utterly. Smooth sailing for Jamesville-DeWitt, that's true. They messed with the Rams, they got the horns. Looks like Matt Sweeney's okay, but that was a little aggressive. See if we got it on instant replays. There's another talking to by that very talkative referee. Yeah, very physical sliding tackle by Ryan Bakos. So he gets a stern talking to. 8 minutes remain. No one in the comments has told us what they're having for dinner yet. So I'm assuming you're all going hungry. It is blown wide open. The Red Rams are absolutely uncouth. They are having a blast. It is an absolute bomb fest, as it is 6-0. A second goal of the game for Max McCall, a new career high. One more look at it. Saw the empty net and took advantage of it. Max McCall with 2 goals and an assist tonight. Have yourself a game, why don't you? You know, the Oswego Buccaneers came into this one hoping to fly a black flag, and right now I think it's about time they start waving a white flag. Black flag in pirate lingo, by the way, means that they're not attempting to capture a ship. It means they're attempting to sink it. Saved by Allen! I just like shouting that. It's fun. I haven't changed the scorebook yet. Too excited and too caught up in the pirate puns to actually worry about what's on the screen. Well, there's 6.5 minutes remaining in the game, and it is 6-0. The Red Rams have officially doubled their number of goals this season just tonight. Oh, and it could have been one more. Nate DiDomenico had a big opportunity. Dan Law knows it. Nate D knows it. And you see here, after it misses wide left, all he can do is do that thing to the top of the crossbar that you do with a low doorway. I never had to jump. I'm 6'2". I don't like doorways. Yeah, did you know that the average doorway is 6'10" tall? And yet somehow, even though I'm 6'2", I still feel like it's too close. Maybe I have too much hair. Actually got one of the patented COVID-19 at-home haircuts the other day. Yeah, I went home and then the next day I actually got one. That's not bad. Kyle Familo is probably on his way to 20 saves by now if he hasn't already achieved that number. Sabatino pokes away. More good defense preventing the fast break of Thomas back. 4:45 on the clock, a couple of subs waiting to come in. And a corner kick on the way from Oswego. Promptly cleared by JD. And cleared again. Few fancy tricks up Colin Dose's sleeve. One of the two captains, the other being the goalie, Kyle Familo. There's trouble. Saved by Allen. Now it's Hajari on the wing, kicks it down to Anthony Bertone. He doesn't get a hand on it, though. Now it's Hajari. Tried to pass it to Kaib. Sent backwards. Red Rams momentarily forget which way their goal is, but Sam Allen will take care of that dilemma for them. That went sailing straight into the stands. Let's take another look at that. That was a good stop by that parent there. You got to take delight in the little things. As there's substitutions. 2.5 minutes remaining. Deneen with the long attempted pass. And Aitken can't get to it before Famila does. Over the touchline is a JD ball. JD has been able to rest their starters for about half of this game. So you have to imagine on the 22nd when they play East Syracuse Manoa, they're going to be energized, fired up, and ready to go. And unfortunately, that's an away contest, so we won't be there, but we will be here for when the girls play ESM. That'll be Friday night. We hope that you'll join us for that as there's 1:45 left in the game. 6 goals in a minute and a half seems a little unlikely. Could be 7. Good stop. Minute and a half left. Free kick will be quickly taken by Oswego, who at this point they just don't want to have a clean sheet. You know, a goal right here with a minute remaining would at least be a confidence booster. As there's less than 1 minute to go, really it has not been the fault of Oswego's defense. They've been solid. It has not been the fault of the goalie, Kyle Familo. He has saved quite a few tonight. It's just been that JD's attack has been more than proficient. They have been vicious. As TJ Tanner attempts to poke one more in, and that's another save for Familo. 30 seconds remain in the game. Seconds. They'll let it go out because it's just going to kill time. 3, 2, 1, and that's it. The Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams have defeated the Oswego Buccaneers 6-0 in the Section 3 Class A boys soccer contest. The Red Rams improved to a record of 3-2. The Oswego Buccaneers got sunk to 1-4. They're on their way to Davy Jones's locker. And I'm on my way home to eat dinner. So thank you very much for joining us here on YouTube Live. My name is Sam Gelfand. On behalf of everyone here for Jamesville-DeWitt Athletics, have a very good night wherever you may be.